Okay, happy Monday morning to you all. It's almost noon, getting out for a little bit of a late work commute today. Wasn't anticipating on going out. I thought I was going to be working from the house today, but a customer just called. They had a power outage and servers aren't coming back up, so off I go. So I'm wearing my rain gear, or lightweight rain gear anyway, because it's a little overcast and drizzly today. We're sitting at about 70 degrees, 100% humidity. It's been real foggy and rainy this morning, so figured I'd take the appropriate gear just in case I get dumped on. So I'll take the REBEL1100 for the commute again this morning. Why not? Put some more miles on it. Somebody just sent me a note asking about the parking brake, how that operates. It's real straightforward. It's a pull lever over here that activates a cable that goes to the rear brake. It's a separate engagement from the normal hydraulic brake. So I don't know if you can see it underneath my little GPS there, but there's a button. You just pull up to release the tension on it, press that in and down. Now bike rolls. To lock it, you just pull it all the way up until it clicks, and that's it. Parking brake set. So anywho, let's get this on the road. I also had a couple of requests for just bike sounds and not me talking. Okay, fine. I actually have a couple of those in the queue right now from my morning work commutes where I didn't talk, just kind of left the audio raw, no noise reduction, not rumble and wind reduction, that sort of thing. I normally apply audio processing to my videos, so it's a little easier to hear me talking or whatever's going on. But I'll be publishing a couple of those ride videos in the morning, and raw sound startup of the bike, and just listening to the rumble of the exhaust while I'm riding. So hopefully that'll appease the curiosity of the exhaust aficionados out there. The trash guys are still at it. They missed my house. I don't know what that was all about. They got the rest of my street, but they missed mine. My can is still full, but my neighbors have already been opened and turned over and all that. Not sure. So I had a fun weekend with this bike. Put the rest of the break-in miles on it, and went out and kind of flogged it a little bit west of Katy Saturday afternoon. And then I brought it back home, and I took the Ryker back out and did the same route. Went out there and beat up the Ryker a little bit on the corners. It's definitely handling better now with the realignment, but it's still pretty twitchy. The CRGs are fantastic on this bike, but I may end up putting them up on top again. I had them on top, trying it out, rotate it up instead of down. But I'm noticing sometimes when I go to glance over, the edge of my forearm is right in the path of the mirror. I can kind of see it, but I have to adjust my elbow to get my hand out of the way, or wrist out of the way. So, I don't know. I might flip it over on the top. I think they look better underneath, but what? Mirrors are more about safety and functionality than looks. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this bike. I like it a lot. Just needs a stubby windscreen and that fender rack, and it is gonna do everything I want it to do, I think. It's always unfortunate, grabbing these bikes when they first come out, because a lot of the accessories are not in stock yet. I had a couple of replies from Canadian owners, buyers, and they were saying that the Canadian models come with the passenger seat and foot pegs already installed. That's kind of interesting. I guess you can strip them off if you don't want them, but I find it odd that Honda would equip them with that by default in the Canadian market. Oh, go, dude, before it turns red. So I think I gave an update on the accessory order that I made a few days ago. The seats, passenger seat, or sorry, well, I don't know about the passenger seat. The driver's seat and the rear rack are going to be available toward the end of March, so still about a week or so away. And I've already placed my order for that, so that should be coming in soon. But the saddlebag supports, and a lot of the other stuff won't be available until late April. So I went ahead and placed my order on those. If I change my mind, then I'll just have them credit me back for something else. The Honda bags don't look bad. They're asymmetric. The left side is larger than the right. The right one is a little shorter top to bottom to clear the exhaust, which I guess I understand. Another little note about my vlogs, when I do my ride vlogs, and I guess it appears that I just talk all the time. I don't really, I just cut out all the other stuff where I'm not talking. But I guess if people are interested in just seeing the ride and the road and listening to the bike, I could avoid all the time compression and cutting stuff out. It can make for a really long video sometimes, but hey man, I'll put out whatever anybody's interested in watching. I've said it before, you know, I do this every day, all the time anyway, whether I'm posting the videos or not, or recording them or not. I was commuting and riding. It's hard to know what people are interested in watching. In the buffeting zone. The bike is staying very stable in all the buffeting. It's my head that's bouncing around. The REBEL1100 does quite well in crosswinds. I'm pretty impressed already. Houston, you know, down here on the Gulf Coast, it's a pretty windy area. We've always got 10-15 mile an hour winds pretty much every day, it seems like. And we got cold fronts coming through like this, the winds really kick up even more. The 25 to 30 range is pretty common when you're out on the highways like this. But yeah, the Rebel does really well. It's not getting battered around much at all. It's low, reasonably heavy, in a good way, and doesn't have a lot of surface area for the wind to push on, so it does okay. Still don't have my Houston toll tag, so not riding the HOVs yet. The toll tag store was closed. It's still shut down due to COVID. They haven't resumed operations yet, so the only way to work with them is through online, reserve it online, whatever. So I'm waiting for my plate to come in from the dealer. That way I can just register it in one shot and not have to go back in and change the plate after the fact. Gotta tell you, this Airhawk makes all the difference on this factory seat. The seat's not bad. The contour of it's pretty good, but it is a little firm and kind of thin. So after sitting on it for a couple of hours, it was not wearing me out, but I was starting to feel some hot spots, pressure points. This Airhawk with just a tiny bit of air in it is raising me up a tiny bit, so my leg triangle is a little more comfortable, and it's also kind of getting my arm reach situation a little better. And it really does add a lot of comfort to that seat. It's only like 84 bucks, 89 bucks, something like that on Amazon. When I get the accessory seat from Honda, the custom forward seat, I think is what they call it, depending on its comfort level, I may or may not put the Airhawk back on there. It's got that nice, you know, kind of diamond weave pillow pattern on the stitching and leatherette, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I don't know if I'll put the Airhawk back on top, or if not, I'll just use this Airhawk to refresh the one on my Ryker, because the Ryker is getting pretty sun faded after 2 years. And what I might do with this original seat is send it off to Seat Concepts or Saddlemen or somebody like that, and see what they want to do with it. Put a new cover, new foam, memory foam stuff underneath it. That's how it works. And the seats are cheap for this thing, man. If you look at Honda's accessory site, the factory seat that I'm sitting on is 69 bucks. That's cheap. And then the accessory seat for the custom forward seat, whatever, it raises you up and moves you forward a little bit, those are only $99. It's awesome. I'll send off this $69 seat to be used as a template to make a new cover and cushion and all that. I don't know if I'll be the first to do it, but I'll send it over to Seat Concepts or Saddlemen and see if they want to use me as a guinea pig. Just to be a tool. Aggressive a-hole for nothing. Empty lanes all over the place. Oh, he's going to be riding my ass and flying around me at 95 plus miles an hour just to try to intimidate me. Good news, buddy, it didn't work. All it did is prove you're a douchebag. Hurry up and wait. Stupid. What? Douchebag. Oh, it's quite windy over here. I'm headed into about a 20-mile-an-hour headwind here. Some of these pavement seams are a bit abrupt on the rear shocks, so I was watching a few ride reviews, and they had mentioned that. Life of Birch mentioned that. I think he might be on to something. He's probably about my size, weight. I don't know. I haven't noticed that he's posted his specs. Maybe I just overlooked that. But I'm 5'7", about 165, 170 pounds, fully loaded with gear. And this bike is sprung well and damped well for my weight. The rear is a little sharp, but you've only got, what is it, 3.7 inches of travel? I can't remember the exact number. So you're going to have to damp that pretty aggressively. Don't know what else you could do with that short suspension throw back there to soften it up. I can definitely say that if you had more weight on this bike, you know, 2-up or a heavier rider, you would need to increase the spring rate on the rear to keep it from bottoming out. Dial up the preload, or maybe look at aftermarket shocks with a little stiffer spring. I haven't done the zip tie test on it yet to find out if I'm actually getting full stroke on the suspension or not. I might tie a couple of zip ties on there and see where my actual stroke limit is hitting on some of these bigger bumps, because if it is bottoming fully out, that would explain why it's, you know, suddenly very jarring. So if that's the case, maybe I need to up my preload a bit. Otherwise, it's just got to be the damping of the Showa shocks. This thing handles great. The handling on it is very neutral. It's very standard bike-ish. It's not, doesn't handle like a cruiser. At least none of the ones that I've ever owned. Honda did a very good job with the tire and wheel selection on this thing. I'm going to head up Shepherd here to get up closer to 610 for my client site. And this is a very rough road over here, so we're going to see how the suspension handles it. Bumpy bump. Oh, that's not bad. Lower speed, it seems to do okay. Really sharp bumps at high speeds, not so much. Nandini's Chef's Table here, one of my favorite Italian places to eat. I knew that guy was going to change lanes and slow down in front of me. I don't know how I knew it. I just knew it. I've been riding for so many decades and millions of miles, quite literally, I've just learned to kind of read the flow of traffic and read cagers' intentions, just kind of watching how they behave, you know, watching their mirrors and stuff like that. And you can kind of feel when somebody's about to do something silly. Just stay away from them. Ew, that was rough. Boom, boom. And I always forget which street it is that I need. Kind of wander my way around over here until I find it. Ooh, that's rough. 3-inch steps on that pavement back there. As I recall, I need 25th Street, but I just can't quite remember. Uh-oh. Don't like stopping in traffic. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not very nice, is it? Just a barrel sitting out here in the middle of the lane. No warning. Good luck. That was 25th. That didn't look familiar. I'm going to come around. Dog park. Oh no, it's a kennel. Nice. Who let the dogs out? We'll take this and see if it gets me where I want to be. Ooh, boom, boom. They recently moved over here, and I can never remember which street gets me there. This is looking vaguely familiar, not quite. That looks even to admit that I've been lazy every time I've come over here, and I just use the GPS to get me here, and I've never really paid attention. Rutland, I think. Rutland is the one. Once all this construction is done over here, I'm not going to know where I am, because that's what I always look for. God damn, that's a big hole. And this one, yes, this is it. I got it on the first try. 25th, I knew I was right. Just didn't want to come through there because I know it kind of twists and turns. So, anyway, I have arrived. I'm going to shut the vlog down for the moment, and I will resume with you all in just a little bit. Hopefully, I don't need a puck stand on here. No, it's good. I need to carry around a puck. This thing doesn't have a center stand, so lay it over in something soft, and you might be picking it up when you come back. Okay, well, welcome back to the day in progress. It's about 3:15 or so. I'll try to get back out toward Katy before traffic gets to be crap. And I did turn the bike around earlier, because that spot there is a little soft, and the bike was right on the balance point. I thought, no, not a good idea. Spun it around. I might get one of those foot wideners for this, as long as it clears everything back here. Yeah, anyway. So this will be the return commute back. Probably not talking much. I don't think I talk too much. Maybe I do talk too much. Hell, I don't know. Oh, I gotta get used to that, man. I keep screwing myself. Hey, I keep forgetting that I locked my column, and I gotta lean the bike up, and whoops, not there. Can't turn. $80 degrees. Bunch of grass blowing around too. I got covered in grass somehow. I didn't see the yard guys out here, but could have happened. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Hello. Probably should have gone out the other way. This intersection always sucks. I like being able to flat foot this thing on both sides. Low seat height. It's nice. Oh, he's going. Mine. Like the sky has cleared up quite a bit now. I don't really need this rain over jacket, but I don't have anywhere to stow it right now. I'm not wearing my backpack today. I am looking forward to that rear rack and the panniers, obviously. If I were a master fabricator like my buddy Neil, I would just build me some brackets to fit back here on these screw holes. Shouldn't be hard. I'm sure anybody with a little bit of metal working skills can do it. Yep, 80 degrees, high humidity, black jacket, weatherproof overshell. This is starting to suck. Today, it's green. Green is green and nothing in between. come off one of these trucks. Ooh, I'm going into the wind now. I feel my jacket ballooning up. Got the neck all the way closed, but ooh, I'm quite the balloon here. Oh, it is windy. This jacket is yanking me all over the place. It's just the overshell that's puffed. The jacket does pretty well, but oh, look at that, James. Hauling a trailer, just slinging across the road, dude. Shell all the way zipped up. I don't know how or why it's ballooning up as bad as it is. Rock in the shin at 70 miles an hour. Ruh-roh. I think I'm going to be a little unfriendly here and cut in front of this rig because whatever's going on the highway, I think I want to get out of it. No reason for all that slowdown. No clue. No obstructions. Just bad drivers. run. I don't know what the actual 0 to 60 time on this thing is, but it's quick enough. Under full tilt boogie, that was just normal mode, standard mode. Full tilt boogie, I'm betting it's down in the 3-second range. What you doing there, buddy? Okay, well, home again, home again. I'm going to strip off this jacket and these heavier gloves, and we'll go back out for a ride. You gonna howl for me? Howl? Howl? Come on! Howl! Come on! Come on! Howl! Come on, lazy! You lazy.